We have alarm bells going off everywhere. And if you've been following this blog for a while now, for a few years, you know that we have been talking about the trifecta, the three big things, really kind of the bellwethers of the economy, things that drive the economy. Really the first big one in general is the 10-year yield, the 10-year treasury. It's really the benchmark yield for all of the lending, all the loans across the world. Credit card debt, but more importantly, housing debt, and then all the loans that people take out around the world. When those yields are moving and rising and going all over the place, it's like a variable rate loan that people have to find more dollars or less dollars depending on if the rate's going up or down. So when it's going up, like it has been severely at 5% almost, we're at 4.9 plus, above 4.9% in the 10-year yield. We're over 5% in the 30-year yield. Incredible times, mortgage rates going through the roof, all the variable rates out there that people are having to find more dollars. So imagine trying to find all these dollars now, more and more dollars every week, every month, trying to pay down debts that you have. This is why we saw Sri Lanka go belly up last year. The greenest ESG, most ESG friendly country that 4 or 5 years ago, they were gloating and saying, oh, we're going to be, so amazing 5 years from now. And they literally went bankrupt because they ESG'd themselves right off the face of the map, and their presidential palace got overrun by people saying, no, we like reality. We like to be based in truth. That's the world we're living in right now, the clown world. We're living in a one world government, people at the top trying to tell you everything you're going to do in your life, control everything you're going to do by using electric cars so they can shut you off, using digital, dollars and digital euros that the ECB just said they're on a 2-year trajectory to 2-year project to see if the digital euro will work. This is why. This is in response to Bitcoin. All these projects, that what they want is to trap you in a digital prison. And that's what they're trying to do. One world government. This is not, again, hello, we talk about this all the time. The conspirators hierarchy, Committee of 300, Tragedy and Hope, the Communist Manifesto, the Naked Communist, and on and on and on. We can talk about these forever. I've got all the data, all the receipts to back them up. We need to get serious. We need to get real about what's happening right now. Why is it that Joe Biden's in power, and this is not a political thing, this is just fact. Why is it the last 4 years we've had multiple wars? We have China-Taiwan now maybe breaking out, but we've got Israel-Hamas, we've got Ukraine and Russia, we've got Afghanistan, terrible withdrawals, those weapons and ammunition and trucks and everything now in the hands of Hamas, Hezbollah, etc. What is going on? This is the clown world. You get what you vote for. And I'm honestly sick of it. I'm just completely tired of people having their heads in the sand, being apathetic about what's going on in the world, because this is what happens. When evil is allowed to fester and light is not there to disinfect the darkness, this is what happens. This is what happens. This is what poor leadership looks like across the world. You have Canada looking, Trudeau's government, another terrible leader, now going to be able to euthanize their mentally ill. They already have the MAID program where you can go off yourself, and now you're going to euthanize the mentally ill. Hello, eugenics. This has been tried 100 years ago. It ended disastrously when we're trying to form the perfect human beings. We are in such a bad state right now as a world. I don't think we understand. I'm not saying the average American, probably a lot of people watching this, probably live a pretty cushy lifestyle, probably live a pretty good lifestyle. And there's food when you go to, at least right now, there's food when you go to the grocery store, and there's things on the shelves there, at least most of them. And you think things are okay. But when you look around the world, when you look around actually at different cities, different stores, even in America, and you look around the world, things aren't so pretty. The borders are completely overrun, not just in America, but countries all around the world. And we have a massive problem on our hands. We have leaders that aren't leaders, and they are here to not make your life easier by any means. That's not government job anyway, but they're here to make your life harder and extract power and control and wealth from you and put it into their hands. Again, read all of their writings. The Great Reset, a bunch of the books we have over here, The Great Reset, The Great Narrative, and on and on and on. Again, we can do this. I can do this all day, guys. I can do this all day. This is not Brandon making this crap up. This is me regurgitating and telling you what's going on. This is what needs to be out there. This is why I say every single video, share this out. Please share it out, because the algorithm hates truth. The algorithm is not going to get this out there. We're starting to blow up more on Rumble because Rumble cares a little bit more about truth. Twitter cares a little bit more about truth right now. But again, that's yet to be seen. I don't trust those people. I don't trust Elon Musk. I don't trust Rumble's founders. This is why decentralized media, Ghost, MASH looks like, Zion, and things like Nostr, so important, so incredibly important. Decentralized media that cannot be taken down, censored, or corrupted by other people, by third parties or by middlemen. Decentralized money. separation of money and state is coming. So we have separation of church and state. Now we're having the separation of media and state. And now we're in the separation of money and state. Money that cannot be corrupted and stolen from you by the people at the top. This is the world. This is only happening because we left God, we left truth and humility, and then we broke the money. We don't have a money. It's now corrupted by the people at the top. And they're taking their time and energy away from you. Again, Mayer Amschel Rothschild, the head of all this, the last 300, 400 years, the head of all this said, I care not who makes the nation's laws. Give me the power to issue money and I control the world. That is it. Game over. I should be able to come on here every day and say that one sentence and it's game over, right? Unfortunately, that's not how humans work. We need to hear it many times. We need to hear it in different ways. I was the same way, right? It took me the last 15 years of studying all these things to truly understand this. So we have Canada going down a death spiral. I have America going on a death spiral. You see Joe Biden's video today. And again, politics is a reflection of culture. Culture got Joe Biden into office, even gave him the chance to get into office, whether there was corruption or not. And we don't know, counting of votes or whatever, but that's a problem. We don't know, right? There's ballot boxes being stuffed. There's the Zuck boxes on the streets, right? There's 79 days to vote or whatever it is. The corruption is all there before the votes are even counted. And that's the problem. That's the thing that people don't really understand. There's credibility in elections or there's ease. We choose ease, so we don't have credibility, period. So the euro, we talked about that. We talked about the big thing was the Fed. They're in a tough spot. Ray Dalio just said that the money printer, the currency printer, is going to go burr. It's going to go burr big time. And it's probably coming sooner than later because we have some real red flags going on right now. The economy is in a tailspin. We're in a death spiral. James Lavish talks about this all the time. Larry Lepard talks about this all the time. Greg Foss talks about this all the time. In a death spiral, when the interest rates are going up, so we need more and more cash to pay off our debts. That means they're going to need to print more currency eventually to find more cash because there's not more in the system because they're getting less taxes from the people. We just showed that in our investment letter this week. Go to the blog, the link in the description, the Substack at the bottom. You can go see the blog and our allocation and portfolio that I share each month, where everything's allocated and why we've done so well over the last 15 years and 15x'd our net worth when I left professional hockey over the last 15 years. It's because we follow a simple plan. A simple plan, steady, safe and steady, reliable, very few counterparty risks, bearer assets generally, and true diversification, not diversifying in one asset class, but diversifying in many asset classes, and saving the hardest money known to man, the only money known to man, Bitcoin. Saving in a true finite asset, equal to your finite time. It's the only two finite things I know of. And when you have those principles and you're sticking to them, you tend to do very well. And I hope and pray that everyone can have that same fortune and be on that same mission. But we have to build community. We have to build digital community. We have to build community around us, ranchers, our local farmers, our local sheriffs, and get in with the people around us because this is the time to try men's souls. Things are going crazy. This is 5% on the 10-year almost. Things are going to start cracking big time. 5%, over 5% on the 30-year. We are going to see things really start blowing up. We already have banks blow up here in America. If you don't remember, only 6, 7, 8 months ago. This is going to continue. This will continue happening. Crazier things will continue to happen. Watch for false flags. Watch for many things that are going on around the world. This is partly why we're in wars right now. And we're talking about Janet Yellen and Joe Biden just this week saying, well, we can be in a war. We can do anything. We're America, darn it. We can do anything because we print as much currency and steal it from all of our people without asking them. So we can do whatever we want. Well, at some point, the piper wants to get paid. And again, that was the premise of my article this week, our portfolio allocation letter. The piper wants to be paid. The piper wants to get paid, and it's going to get paid. Truth, merit, accountability, reality always find their way back into life. We might be able to ignore it for a while, but it comes back. Right? Ayn Rand said we can ignore reality, but we can't ignore the consequences of reality. And it's time to buckle up. It's time to put our big boy pants on because things are going to get rough. And as I know a lot of men watch this channel, I appreciate the women watching this channel, but a lot of men, it's time for men to get up and lead. It's time for men to get up and lead like the men we were created to be. Period. End of the story. It's time to not be emotional about things. Having emotion is good, but not being emotional in our decision making. When emotion goes up, intelligence goes down. And that's one of the big problems we've had really the last 100 years of emotions going up and making poor decisions because of the emotions being heightened. we need to take a breath. We need to survey our surroundings and start to understand that we are in a precarious position, and our next steps are going to be watched carefully, and they're going to have massive consequences, positive or negative. As you see in the Middle East, what's going on, the horrible, heinous terrorist attacks by Hamas on the Israelis. Israelis should be able to respond, and people should be able to respond to that, right? And the Israelis are constantly attacked. They're constantly booted from every country. They're constantly vilified, put in concentration camps, exiled, put in slavery, whatever it might be. It's unbelievable. It really is unbelievable. This is not to go down this story, but the steps that Cameron McGregor even talked about this yesterday. The steps that Israel is about to take, we all have to be very careful. This has to be very calculated and very thought out, because we are on the precipice of huge things. Iran, again, even said this is the war. Like, do it, and this is the war to end all wars. So, guys, buckle up, buckle up. The world is hanging on a knife's edge, and the only thing I know to do is protect my family, is to do all the things we talk about forever. You know, be out of the system monetarily, be out of the system with food, energy, water, guns, ammo, security, firearms, land, and build community around me digitally, like we're doing here, and then the local people around me. That's all I know to do, and pray. Do a lot of praying, because a lot of this stuff's just bigger than us, and we're gonna have to fight our way through it mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. So I appreciate you. It's kind of a wide-ranging video today. It might be doing more of the wide-ranging videos, talking about a lot of topics. So let me know what you would like me to see, if just one topic or kind of go over many topics and videos. But I appreciate you being here. Please share this out, because the algorithm hates truth. Question everything with boldness, even the existence of God himself. Trust, but verify. And this is not financial advice, it's freedom advice. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one.